Yo, everyone, we were having a little bit of a laughing fit as we started the podcast tonight. You may have noticed a little bit of chuckle residue when it started. You when it popped out, you probably went, "Oh, these guys, I think those guys were laughing about something."
But we can't say what.
We can listen. We give the gist. I told them I saw they did these Star Wars shorts on Disney Plus, Tales of the Jedi or something like that.
Okay.
Right.
I can tell you a little bit. Okay.
Yeah. And I was telling them that they have one that's about what happened to Yaddle. For those who don't know, in like episode 1, I think Phantom Menace, there's another like female Yoda looking
and then
thing.
I jokingly said, yeah, the execution of Yaddle.
And it kind of it's like
Derek hasn't seen it.
What happened to this other little frog fucker? Like who looks like Yoda? Because she just disappears in the movies. She's like sitting on the council and then she never comes back.
Yo, Yaddle. Got something for you.
It's kind of not far from, but anyway,
Order
yeah.
66.
So
put Yaddle on the block.
None of
with Yaddle's head.
None of what anyone's saying is that far from the truth. But anyway, so they did a short about that, and I blew everyone's mind because Yaddle, her voice isn't fucked up like Yoda. It's Bryce Dallas Howard. Oh, I've got to go. Something's going on in that temple. I'm going to go over there. Why? And so that just puts the onus on Yoda.
Yeah.
What happened to Yoda where he's got to talk like that?
Now Yoda's got like mental issues.
That's what we're
His
saying.
cadence is, she didn't even have the like talking backwards
No.
thing? Oh, that's so.
She's just, okay. Oh, I'm at the
Yoda's
Jedi.
messed
She
up.
doesn't reverse her words like Yoda.
No, not at all. She's like, well, I'm going to go down to the Jedi Academy to see what's happening. At all. There's nothing wrong with her speech. It's just Bryce Dallas Howard talking. So now there's fan theories that like Yoda's so powerful with the force, like the force, he's so stronger that it fucked his brain up.
It's like Yoda got perma high.
Yeah.
Like perma stoned off the force.
Seriously, there was stuff I was
Fried
reading
his
that was
brain.
like he's high off that.
He took so much force.
Yeah.
He hallucinated and he never quite came back. And he's like,
Well, it's
lights on. They be bright they are. Oh.
He's like Gizmo.
What happened to Yoda?
But that's
he
what they're
used
saying.
to talk like Bryce Dallas Howard. Hi, I'm Yoda. I'm a Jedi.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping we see. Maybe one of these shorts is like super young Yoda, because we've seen him young in the prequels, but that's like 30 years ago young.
Yeah.
We need to see him 700 years ago young.
Before he got that scar.
Hi, hello, I'm Yoda.
Like Yoda now is old and shriveled.
Yeah.
He's like a green nutsack that talks, but
So maybe it came out. Yeah.
young Yoda is like tall and handsome and has a deep voice.
Yeah.
Like, hi, I'm Yoda.
Sigma
Hello,
Yoda.
sexy green Jedi Yoda.
And I know people are going to argue, oh, there's already a baby Yoda. Just wait to see how they talk. No, we already proved it might be false. You know, it might be whatever. We need to see young actual Yoda to solve this, because it's pissing me off. And I was seeing fan theories that, he had so many midichlorians, his brain couldn't like run right. So he's got, I'm talking backwards.
All backed up, dude.
You went all fucking Mr. Bean, like, so I don't know, but hopefully we get to the bottom of it. This is kind of the biggest mystery in that universe now. So
I
back
never
to
knew
that.
Yoda was fucked in the head. I never knew Yoda was fucked up.
With a
something's
rock,
going
I
on.
was.
I didn't know Yoda was on one.
It's probably it's probably training friendly fire. Some kind of like exercise at Jedi Academy when he was younger.
Luke had no idea. Luke put his faith in this guy.
All the rest of the
under
wills,
influence.
the rest of his race are probably like, that fucking Yoda off playing with humans. Why bother?
What they should have done, this just hit me, is like, as you get stronger with the Force, maybe that happens to you. Like it does take over your brain, and that's why Yoda's like that. They should have committed to that. And so in these new Star Wars movies that Disney made, when she finds Luke, imagine that being the shock. Like, because he's so strong with the Force over his time and his wisdom that he turns around and it's like, and he's like, Ray, you must be.
I'm sorry.
Island, you found me.
This sucks, dude. Like this. There were so many.
It would have been cool.
There's so many deep moments, emotional moments with Yoda, and now I'm like, were you even fucking here? Were you even fucking mentally present? Like, were you fucking high?
He doesn't bring up the Darth Vader being his dad, so maybe that's part of it.
My mind.
Oh shit! I forgot I did. I'm slipping. I am.
When 900 years old you are, look as good you will not. Well, you're fucking on stuff, bro. Why don't you take care of yourself, Yoda?
And that's why he has the munchies. Oh my God, dude. When he meets Luke, he's trying to eat the fucking Baby Ruth bars. He's going,
right.
This is crazy.
Trying to get.
What was in that
Holy
stew?
shit, or whatever they're eating, Nature's Valley or whatever shit. I can't believe that.
This is unfair advantage. Yoda's doping. If he was in the Olympics, he'd be fired for substance abuse. He's high on the Force.
He's the Lance Armstrong of the Jedi Council.
He fucking is.
Unfair
Totally did
advantage. The dark side isn't scooping to those levels.
They're trying to, and everybody's telling him like, "Oh, you're evil," but Yoda, he's got his own supply. I don't know. Actually, I refuse to believe this about Yoda. Frankly, this Yaddle situation is really
upset
fucking
everything.
my world up.
Yeah.
They got to undo.
Someone should yell at Bryce Dallas Howard on set.
Yeah. Give her a yodel. Yodel at Yaddle.
Oh wait,
Come on,
she's
that
been
was
yelled
good.
at on set.
Wait, what are you referring to?
On the Terminator Salvation set. I think she got an
I don't think
earful.
she got yelled at, did
Yeah,
she?
she was there.
What
Oh,
happened?
was she doing the lighting?
I think she was doing I think she was adjusting.
Hey,
she was.
are you talking
good
about
for you.
when Christian Bale had a meltdown 10 years ago?
You're saying she did that?
He was actually yelling at Bryce Dallas
Yeah.
Howard.
Well, she should have been fucking with the lighting.
Yeah, she probably.
Come on.
Stick to voice.
Bryce
Stick to the
Dallas,
voice.
how could you do that? That wasn't funny. Go to the fucking theme song.
Welcome to the Mega64 podcast. We're your hosts, Derek, Rocco, and Garrett. Sean is on vacation
Yep.
tonight. Breaking news. Yoda's fucked up in the head. We've been talking about it all night.
It sucks too, because he's going to have to enter into this conversation next week, because I'm sure we'll still be talking about it, and just flying blind. He's going to be like, I'm sorry, what? Who doesn't talk like what? And we're going to have to say it all over again.
Actually, I think we should get the elephant out of the room about the real breaking news, the tragic news tonight.
Yeah.
Jason David Frank
Yeah.
passed away.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should talk about it because I'm sad.
That was one of the first things I saw when I opened my phone this morning, and it was like very unconfirmed still. But I immediately, I was bummed out. I thought about Rocco.
It's shocking. I can't believe that he's passed away.
Yeah.
I think everybody out there is a little bit heartbroken, unless you're not a Power Rangers fan. I guess if you're younger than like 35, maybe you don't care. But if you are a true 90s kid, this one hurts.
Yeah. And I want to give a shout out because it was really funny, because I never had any intention of like not doing the podcast tonight. But I was kind of spooky through the day, just because I was like so haunted by that. You know, I was like, oh man, I can't believe that happened. But it actually, I knew it was going to feel better, like being here and talking with you guys and, whatever. So I was like, it was never a chance. But I just want to give a shout out. I got so many messages from people. I did not anticipate this, as if it was a family member. I got so many messages that were like, don't feel like you have to do the podcast. And, just, don't.
Oh, that's sweet.
If you're not feeling up to it, stuff like that. I was just like, oh, okay, well, thank you very much. But I always was planning to show up. So, but thank you for the nice messages. Anyway, I was terribly heartbroken hearing that. But what I wanted to talk about was, of course, my memory of meeting him. I got to meet him multiple times, record things a couple times. But my favorite thing was interviewing him, and Kevin was there, so he can speak to anything he remembers from this. I know Brian was there too. But all I wanted to say was, I had never met, still to this day, I don't know why this is, anyone that popped into, or rather, how do I say, gelled with the Mega64 humor as fast as that guy. And I don't know what it was, but a lot of times when we're live, we're on camera and we'll do this thing where it's like this massive arrogant thing. Yo, we're here, the number one podcast on the internet. We're the best in the business right here. What's another? I can't even think. PewDiePie just shut his channel down because he just watched our stream. Justine, she just shut down her channel because, you do this faux arrogant thing. He got that right away. We were doing that and I was going, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I think I started our interview with, a god on your television set has just arrived. Electricity flowing through your screen. Woo! woo, here he is. And he wasn't even like, well, what's going on? He was like, oh yeah, we're doing this. And then, that was the year that I think Comic-Con had the exclusive gold morpher that was like 24 karat. And so he's just like, woo, 24 karat, baby. Any other exclusives, you might as well pack it up and go home. Like he was in on it without even talking. And then without even having to, go through it. He knew. And it was so much fun filming with him. And then when we were done, even like we shot the shit with him for like half an hour. If you remember that, Kevin. Such a cool dude. Yeah. I remember specifically he pulled aside they were doing Power Rangers Trivial Pursuit. And he's like, can I show you guys this? Tell me what you think about this. He pulls the game, he opens it up and he goes, look at this trivia card. What year did the Yellow Ranger die in a tragic car accident? Hey, have fun with that, kids. Yeah, great. And like, he kept pointing it out. It was like, why does a kid's game have this card in it? And he was like losing his mind. So anyway, yeah, he was super funny. I want to say I ran into him a couple years later at some con and he cracked me up there because I think I said hi to him and someone at the con brought him a Subway sandwich. And this was in like 2015. And someone brought him a Subway sandwich and he made some joke like, they keep bringing me Subway sandwiches here. They're trying to make me Jared too? No, I don't want this. I was laughing so hard. Like, I don't know. His sense of humor was really fun. Like,
Eat too
I
many
don't know.
of those,
Yeah, you don't want the danger of that. That's never good. But anyway, so yeah, he was a really funny guy. So in addition to being like, the guy on TV we always talked about, or at least I always did, he was really funny to film shit with too. So anyway, so very sad about that. So, but yeah.
Yeah, that was a bummer to read.
Yeah.
One of those things where you don't trust it too, because all I saw were posts like, hey, this isn't confirmed.
Yeah. There was a lot of that.
So
People are saying this, but it's not confirmed. Warning. I don't know what to do with that.
We're not like close personal friends with JDF.
Yeah,
we're not family with, we don't know him actually, but fans of him, big fans. Honestly, like I'm not the biggest Power Rangers fan.
Yeah.
Anymore.
But that was still yeah.
But I was when I was 8 years old in third grade. Wow, excuse me. My latte is coming back.
And I think he was like pretty well loved in the community of like going to cons and like
yeah, definitely
being around
he was always at
the scene. Like he was present, he was active in those communities.
Yeah.
The reports that I heard was that he did himself in.
Yeah.
Oh no.
This was a self-death situation.
Yeah, and I think that's what added even more to the like, well, that can't be.
That
like,
always that adds.
And again, it's the classic case of if you ever met him in person, he had such energy and you're like, well, that guy would never do that, And it's the classic case of like, you never know what is going on with people.
Yeah, so sad and shocking about this. And man, it always sucks when somebody who seems so strong and so put together winds up like this because it's like this reminder of like, oh man, you think you look up to people like, oh, nothing affects them. Like their life is perfect. They're so sure of themselves. They've got it all figured out.
Mentally
this guy,
strong.
He's like a martial arts master, teacher, competitor, physically fit, like, looked up to, especially by millions of fans, like has a strong fan base. It's like, not the most famous mainstream career ever, but memorable and meaningful to a lot of people. So it's such a tragic ending. And honestly, it's just so sad when so many people look up. It's like Robin Williams, it's just like,
for me, that's this is on that level for me,
me too.
Yeah.
I think for a lot of people, not like I said, like I'm not the biggest Power Rangers fan.
Yeah.
But, I definitely, when we were kids, that was like the #1 kids show. I don't know if you're a little bit older, if you ever were like into it.
I was at the age older, I was like making fun of it. Like, this is so stupid. Look how poor this is. Like, look how cheaply shot. What a joke.
But
this
it's still
is for
super
babies.
relevant to like your childhood.
Me and my friends all watched it and like made fun of it. And it's like,
I started that way too.
Yeah, we didn't get that we were watching it. Yeah. And then when I got older and really when I met Rocco and other people that appreciated Super Sentai, and I learned about honestly the production of how the shows were sold from Japan to America and imported and cut and re-put together. Then I became like a pretty basic fan, but I loved like anytime Rocco explains, what Serpentina did or how
Serpentera, but that's okay.
Well, excuse me. How Pudgy Pig
Interactive Hell Festival.
How Pudgy Pig was put out. How Dragon Caesar came to be. Yeah.
Sorry.
But yeah, I really, and then to have, him start appearing in our personal channel videos and stuff, it was like, this dude's like attainable. He's at, cons. And
he
like,
always made himself accessible.
He's a pop culture lexicon. He's a dude who's been around since the 90s in the public eye.
Yeah. And to what you were just going to say about
nerd culture,
how you made fun of it, but you were still watching it. Coincidentally, that for me was, I watched it when it came out. This is cheesy. All my friends think this is cheesy. Ha ha. Watching every episode. Oh, dumb rubber monster. Ha. And coincidentally, it was the Green Ranger saga, because all of a sudden, halfway through the first season, there's a bad ranger and he just ruins the command. He shows up and they get to the command center and everything's ripped up. Who did this? It was an evil ranger. That was when I turned and went, wait, I'm invested. I'm invested.
Yeah.
So, and I think that was that way for a lot of people. People who didn't even watch the show heard about the Green Ranger saga. That was the big thing. So
you guys are a little bit older than me, because I was just legitimately obsessed with Power Rangers.
Yeah.
It used to come on at 5 a.m. Rocco, you may remember.
There was a time it did, really early.
I would wake up at 5 a.m. every day to watch it before school. Wow. And in fact, like I would wake up so early, Fox Television, it was on Channel 6, Fox TV, and the station wouldn't even be on. So I would turn on Bars and Tones and just wait for the station to kick on.
Yeah.
And they would play like the national anthem and then go right into Power Rangers.
Yeah.
It was like wild.
A lot of people don't have that memory, by the way, of watching TV at really early hours and seeing the national anthem. Yeah. That was something I remember all the time.
Always.
It's so weird to think that channels used to shut off for the night.
Yeah.
Like,
sometimes.
That's such a weird thing. Yeah.
Everyone's going home. Shut her down.
I think it was, what is it? The movie Poltergeist, I think, opens with that, right? Like she's watching it as the anthem plays. Anyway, that's just a memory that not a lot of people have. But anyway, you were.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
King, Green Ranger, dude.
Yeah.
You're lighting the big candle in the fucking sky now.
Yeah.
See you when it's my morphin time.
See you. Wait, I can word this. See you in the white light.
That sounds lame.
No, he came from. That's how the White Ranger was made of white light. So
I don't care.
It would make sense.
Morphin time's more iconic. Who knows the white light?
That was a pretty big episode.
Dude.
Anyway,
I'm gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna make Goldar jokes. I'm not gonna go into it. Sad day.
They ultimately did beat Goldar because I think.
I know.
Well, I'm not even going to go into that.
So this is the best episode. Yeah. It's the best saga. That was the Green Candle saga. The Green Crystal, whatever.
Green Crystal came later because the
same shit.
I got caught.
Different.
I got caught.
Different saga.
There was a candle and there was a crystal, but that's for another day to discuss. On a more positive note, I wanted to share something that I went through yesterday. My dad, maybe we can edit some of this into the podcast if it's not too hard to do, but I have some media to share. This weekend, my dad hosted a dinner theater presentation.
Whoa.
There was a Western themed dinner theater murder mystery thing.
It was a dinner murder mystery.
It was.
He hosted it?
He hosted it. He was not an actor in it.
Okay.
One day in the saloon, a bandit showed up. That was it. That's what
Have
he did.
I talked about on this podcast how I did dinner theater murder mystery?
I don't know how much you did.
Did I ever share that with anybody?
Johnny,
do you remember?
I don't remember.
So if your dad did the hosting segment, I know people who did the hosting segment as well. I myself was an actor. The host is like basically running the show. They're
That's
like
heavy
the
storytelling.
leader of the night.
Wow.
It was definitely not the same organization that you're referring to.
That's
it was
probably because we didn't do Westerns.
It was a much smaller thing that kind of everyone could just volunteer to do, and local thing where they live. And it was something. It was definitely something.
I bet.
Yeah, it was a lot of people who it was very cute and a great time. So excellent show, but people who didn't know their lines were like hiding them on like fans, so the woman would come in with a fan and be like, "Oh, actually he came in yesterday and went."
Okay.
That's
unprofessional.
If
you don't know your lines,
but the whole point of it was to have fun, so it was fun. But it was really funny because it was like I would say the cast was 99% doing that.
Okay,
and then there was one guy that was like born for it. Where they're all wearing Southern costumes. Oh, she's dressed like the Southern Belle kind of thing, and you could see these are people in costumes. And then that guy, it was like what. Does he always dress like that?
Daniel Day-Lewis came
he's
in.
dressed in a black suit with a deck of cards and he's shuffling it. What do you call that? Where he's shuffling it from like far away.
Oh, whoa.
Like that. And so they go, people are like, I just saw the sheriff yesterday. Where could he be now? Whereas that guy is like, hold on there. I was in the company of a lady last night. So if you think you got me dead to rights on that, it's like, okay, this guy did his fucking homework. So that was really funny. But anyway, the reason I'm bringing it up here, all my dad did was, in between segments. Oh, the next day, da 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 da.
I wish I could see him doing it. You have video?
I do. I'll see if I have permission to share it.
Okay,
Come
great.
on.
Were you there as a dinner guest?
I did. Yes.
You dined.
Believe it or not. Yeah, there was. Yeah, believe it or not, my brother didn't leap at this opportunity, but I was like, I want to see this.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And so they gave us barbecue. It was good.
Nice.
And then, he hosted it. And the reason I'm sharing this is the way he introduced it. He goes, okay, so there's this character. There's, One-Eyed Pete, the bandit from across, he's setting the stage for all the characters. So you got to decide later who you think did, so-and-so, the piano player, she dreams of being a composer and da-da-da-da-da-da. And then he goes, and tonight I'll be your narrator. Who am I? Danny America. And then he walked off stage. He just dropped Danny America. I was like, that was for an audience of 2. Seriously, like me and my mom were cracking up. So anyway, hopefully longtime Mega64 fans who saw version 2.
Version 2?
Origin story.
It was just a whole, it was sold out. It was packed.
Why are there pants on the wall?
And he just went, and I'm Danny America. And 2 people cracked up. And it was just like, what? So anyway, that was his little nod to Mega64.
That's great.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So what was it, like a murder? Who got murdered?
Some sheriff or something. As soon as the curtain went up, there was a dummy that on the ground that they lifted up and was immediately falling apart. It was the funniest thing. It was like, it was, yeah. So anyway.
And who did the murder, can I ask?
It was the person running the show, running the play, like
the producer,
the person who owned the saloon in the show, but they also were running and ran the whole production in real life. So it was the founder.
They knew how to do the murder then.
Yeah, it was like no one will suspect me. I wrote it. But anyway, yeah. So it was fun. Yeah. Had to share that.
That's great. I used to do dinner theater not that many years ago, kind of recently, but I ended up quitting when the pandemic hit.
Oh yeah.
I did it for like 2 years and nobody there. Maybe like a couple times people recognized me for Mega64, but mostly it was for like older
foodies,
baby boomers.
Yeah.
And I signed up because I had a couple friends locally who were doing it, who were actors. And I thought like, this will be a fun acting experience, but it quickly was like not what I thought it was at all. Oh. And then I honestly kind of felt like I had been roped into it. And I felt obligated to do it because I had to go to all these auditions and do all this stuff to kind of get it and go through all this training to finally even discover that I was like, I don't even really want to be here. But then like, I didn't want to let people down. So I went through with it for like years and kind of like worked my way through the system all the way to the fucking top. Basically like.
I didn't realize.
Really?
Yeah, I never told you guys about this because it was a total waste of time. Waste of like, they paid me, but not enough money at all.
To go out to like
it didn't justify
45-minute drive to some fancy house.
It would be like my whole Saturday.
Yeah.
It would be like 6 hours of my Saturday and I have to be there. But then I also can't go and make plans for the morning because I have to go do this 6-hour performance at night. You know, so my whole day, like I'm thinking about it. And then I get like $50 when it's done.
And it's not that much of an exercise
But
for you.
What I thought with dinner theater, so the premise is you go to a dinner and there's a bunch of actors mixed into the audience. And a fake murder is going to happen. And you're going to have to figure out, okay, which one of these people are actors and who is the person who committed the murder, right? But as an actor, you're really just tricking a room full of 40 people to talk amongst themselves. 40 people are there. 5 of them are actors. So the majority of people you're interviewing are not actors. So I thought, you think you're going to this show and interacting with a bunch of actors and stuff. You're interacting with other fucking random people. And then I'm there trying to blend in. So even though I'm an actor, I'm just acting like a random person. So I'm just like interviewing other people too. Like, did you commit the murder? No. What were you doing? I was sitting here in the room. It was just like very weird.
Very bland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then they give you like different roles throughout the night, throughout like the 2 hours of the show. All the actors will have a moment to like be featured to kind of let the audience know that they were an actor. And these roles were kind of cringy sometimes. The worst was I was in an age gap relationship. It was me and an actress were supposed to be there as a couple, but she was like 35 years older than me.
Oh, okay.
So it was like, we weren't fooling anybody. Like immediately they were like, you guys are actors. We're like, how did you know? And they're like, well, I mean, you two.
I want her money.
Yeah. But when you first start, like your first role is you get to be the murder victim. And that's like, kind of the best role, but kind of the worst role because you get to die and then leave early. You basically like, the guests, they get loaded in there, they mingle for like 20 minutes and then you walk out like pretending to be stabbed and fall on the ground. And then you do like a little bit and you leave. But what sucks about that person is like, you kind of have to be in character before anybody even realizes the show has started because as they're loading in, everybody needs to like kind of be aware of you and be like, who is this weirdo over here?
Who's drawing attention to themselves.
So then when early on I die, it's like the show is off and running. Like, oh yeah, we all had a moment with that guy.
Saw that weirdo.
Oh, yeah. But nobody knows that's the deal when they show up. They're just there loading into dinner. And then it's my job to go be a weirdo. So I have to like cold approach, people, and it's very uncomfortable because they're just there for dinner. And I'm like, so
hi,
is this my table? They'd be like, I don't know. Is it your table? I would just do weird shit like that.
Yeah.
After a while, I kind of like learned to love that role, but it was kind of awkward at first. I did work my way all the way up to like being detective, which is where you're like,
oh, you're the Knives Out guy.
Facilitating. Like as an actor, everybody gets featured at one part throughout the 2 hours, but as the detective, you are going to these people
to feature them
and interacting with them and doing bits and interacting with like the regular people there as well. Anyways, nobody asked to hear about my story.
No, I didn't know nearly any of that.
I went to it once, and it was so long ago I barely remember.
Dinner theater in general or his dinner theater?
No, not Derek's, but I went to one once.
Well, that's what was weird, Derek, about the one that my dad did is they didn't break proscenium really. Like every table had people dressed in like Western gear.
Yeah.
So like at our table, there was a dude who literally had a bottle of Coke and was pouring it into like just like the kind you get from a vending machine, and he's pouring it into a shot glass. Better drink up, whatever. And I'm like, oh, this is great. This rules. Then the play happened, and it was all the people on stage were dealing with each other, and then when it ended, I was like, nothing happened with the people at our tables. Like they never even referred to them. And then it was like, oh no, these are just people who wanted to get into it, just dressed up.
Oh, just extra.
I'm like, oh, okay. They're like, yeah, they were just having fun. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
So I was kind of taking, because the whole time I'm like, I think this guy at our table, he looks shifty. I think he did it.
It definitely like, I was doing this for maybe the 2 years leading up to our live tour.
Oh.
And when we were writing our live show, I didn't tell you guys I was doing Dinner Detective, but I feel like a lot of my experience there. Because it is like
That's
a
cool.
live comedy thing where you're kind of for 2 hours just keeping the ball rolling. Like, all right, I'm gonna do a bit with these guys. Now I'm gonna do a bit over here. Now I'm gonna get everybody stand up, and do like interrogations.
Yeah.
And it was definitely like a lesson in kind of like segmental live entertainment, I feel like.
That's cool.
So the experience was valuable overall,
yeah.
definitely. But it served its purpose for me.
It's always funny what affects other things experience-wise, because I even feel like the years that in which we've done like our convention panels,
Yeah.
I feel like we have better panels than a lot of people because, a lot of times you go to a panel at a convention, it's okay, I'm
Q&A
here.
only.
What do you want to ask me? And that's it. Where we always try to put a little more pizzazz into it. And I think that's just because we were in high school theater, and it's like, you're just going to walk out on stage and just say hi? Like you can't, you can't, it was like in our minds, it was like, well, you simply can't do that. So
Give them the jazz hands.
Or just things like that. I don't know.
Spice it up a bit.
You could say that about a lot of things though, I guess. It's just,
You get Camille on stage.
Yeah, exactly.
I think a big part of what you're talking about is people just are not comfortable on stage. And so they have this idea of like, well, I'm just going to be normal.
Yeah,
but they've literally never been on stage, so they don't know what normal is on stage.
Yeah.
Being normal on stage in their mind is being normal like in the back of a room, which is like, I'm going to walk in, I'm going to take my seat. Hello, everybody. Hi. And it's like, that's not normal for the stage.
That's very polite.
You're entering a different world.
Yeah.
Normal for the stage is like, hit your mark and be like, hello.
This is show business,
Hello, New York.
Yeah.
And honestly, we were trained in class as youngsters in theater class, and we've taken theater classes in high school and college and beyond, doing community theater. And so, we know our shit.
Yeah.
Your knives are sharp, boys. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'll speak for Sean as well. He's not here,
They
but
definitely are. It's not easy.
If he keeps going on vacation though, I'm just worried he's going to forget.
It's that actor lifestyle,
It's that jet set lifestyle,
Yeah.
I really give you credit, Garrett, because if I had a mug that the handle broke, I would stop using it that day. And you have committed to that Death Stranding.
This is a gift from you, Rocco. I cherish
I know,
this.
but I was like, hey, the handle broke. It's fine if he doesn't use it anymore. But you have every week I see you with that mug.
Doesn't it hurt your hand if the coffee's real hot?
It burns because I can't hold on to the.
That's what I'm saying. I would have probably moved on to another mug.
Nah.
But I see that there, and I'm like, wow.
I love that gift, and thank you again.
Oh yeah, no problem. Anytime. Hey, before we forget, let's get into a couple things we want to promote a little bit here, guys.
These make great gifts.
To let you all know, well, I want to tell everyone first up, next week is Thanksgiving weekend, Black Friday. We kind of talked about this before, but we want to make it clear. We've got 3 big streams coming up.
That's right, baby.
We are going live Thanksgiving night. It's basically whenever everyone's done with their dinner stuff. But around 9 p.m. probably Pacific time. Yeah, Pacific.
Tune in. Yeah.
Tune in that night, Thanksgiving. We're going to go live until around midnight Pacific because that's when all the Black Friday merch drops. That's all coming out that day. Then we're going to be streaming the next day starting about noon, and we're going to go all day, all through Black Friday. And then we've got another stream. Well, technically 4 streams because we're going to do the podcast on Sunday night.
Oh my gosh.
Going into when the Cyber Monday merch is going to drop. And then we're going to stream on Cyber Monday around noon. That's November 28th. And we're going to, I believe we're going to do a group
We're going to do a screening
watch party.
Yes, of the film Cyber Bully.
So excited.
Yes. Here's what we realized on Amazon. We can stream the films along with everybody. So you can watch at home and have us do our live commentary on Cyber Monday.
Yeah.
So we looked through Amazon's catalog and tried to find the most compelling film with the word cyber in the title.
Well, we tried to get the Matrix. We tried to make the Matrix work.
That didn't work.
And a couple other things.
Yeah, so
and then we looked up.
So then we did cyber search term, and Cyber Bully was far and away the best movie out there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
With the name cyber in it. So that's our official choice for Cyber Monday.
Yeah.
Hey, who knows? We may follow it up with some of the other stinkers that we found.
Yeah.
But we're definitely going to start with Cyber Bully.
If anybody has any, by the way, it's got to be on Amazon. It's got to be on like free on Prime Video. But if anybody has any suggestions, by all means, let us know. If there's
Please.
something we missed.
Have you seen Cyberbully? I've seen this movie.
I have as well.
It's
Yeah.
truly
A
awful.
long time ago.
I'm excited to give it a rewatch. I think on Doc Ryan's recommendation, I checked that out.
Oh, it's a Doc Ryan choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that adds up.
Yeah.
It's truly awful.
It's something, right?
His favorite movie is Hackers, which I would have watched that day too, but it's horrible. It's not even.
He
worth
has a reputation, misguided, that his favorite movie is Bad Teacher, which would be just so hilariously bad if it were true. I'm glad his favorite movie is actually the gem, Hackers.
Yep.
It's a gem.
Just far and away,
Yeah.
way better than Bad Teacher.
Shame on us for saying it was Bad Teacher. And clearly Hackers is in another league. Anyway,
He's defending it right now.
we're doing a shit. We can't see the chat, so it's useless.
But you just know it's there. You just know.
So we're doing a ton of streams this week. So tune in all of Thanksgiving weekend. We're bringing it to you. And then, of course, as we mentioned, the merch drop for Black Friday is going live that night. I don't know if you want to
show
look,
everybody what this merch is. This is what you can get this weekend exclusively from shop.mega64.com. These are Mega64 exclusives. We're the only company on earth producing this shit.
Yeah,
That's
no one
right.
else is getting
All
this.
right. Yeah.
Good luck.
Your little Instagram fucking apparel shop. Fuck you.
Ooh, such textiles.
Come here to the source. Go back to it. There we go. The Claws in Effect hoodie.
Is everything okay? Yeah. Can they hear us? Okay, I get scared that we're muted.
Yeah, I don't like
Damn
that.
it. Okay, the Claws in Effect hoodie. I can't wait to wear that. Get all holidayed up.
Next.
That's going to be there. The Mega64 boys skate deck. Dude, Sean kind of spearheaded that one. I feel
So
bad.
mellow.
8.0. People
So
wanted
mellow.
a wider deck, so
So
we
mellow.
did it.
Next.
What's next? The Mega64 shower curtain is another thing Sean worked very hard to
Now
achieve.
this, a lot of people are excited for.
A lot.
I'm happy. I'm happy.
I'm happy. We get to stare at tons of naked people
I'm
through
really,
this.
yeah. I'm also scared for the families of the people who
Yeah.
are buying this, because you realize your mom's gonna have to shower and we're just gonna be there in the shower.
I
Yeah.
think when you sit on the toilet, you're going to be like eye level with who was on the far.
your dad's gonna be taking a
But
shit
it's
but I
Derek,
think
yeah.
it's
on the toilet, and
staring
we're
at
gonna
you.
be there.
But I think it's good
Staring at it.
because sometimes you're fighting. I don't call it a restroom because sometimes you're fighting for your life in there. And now when you're doing that,
I'm
I'm
not
right.
fighting
I'm
for
right
my
there
life.
going.
Thumbs
I'm
up.
not fighting for my life. If
Well,
your cheese intake,
you're not
is
eating good enough.
too big. Cut back on your cheese intake.
No. Some people. Hey. Some.
No.
Next item. Next item.
What's next? What's next?
The mystery shirt.
Mystery shirts and sweatshirts.
Yeah. Who did it?
Who done it?
Who's wearing
Oh,
it?
it was the owner of the
This is
saloon.
This is more of a mystery for us. Who's going to buy these shirts?
Yeah, exactly.
This is for you to solve.
Now,
They're blind box stuff from our past at a low price. We also are going to have, this is an announcement.
I see
We're going to
logs.
have mystery joggers as well because we've done enough cute joggers over the years. We only a few, but we're going to throw that in there too. I
Okay,
think. So
all
anyway,
Next.
mysterious.
Look
the
at this.
official Black Friday poster, you get that free. Every apparel order or poster order, by the way. If you want it unfolded and you want it in a tube,
Yeah.
order a poster, we'll throw it in.
But hold on.
But, yeah.
What if you just want this poster? Can you order that?
No, just buy any other poster.
But
and
what
go-
if you only want that poster?
throw the other one away?
Buy
Buy
one
any poster, and you'll get that in the tube.
But the logic is, if you just want the Black Friday poster, by definition,
buy another
you
poster.
can't buy it. You have to buy.
You have to buy another
something that's
poster.
not the thing you want.
No, 'cause we got to get rid of them.
You can
That's-
buy joggers. It could be folded up.
That's fucked.
You
But
buy a mystery shirt.
This is how Black Friday is.
I
It's
don't
not
even
gonna
know-
it's not going to be clear.
who do we talk to fix this? We don't know. So we're just
Yeah.
gonna leave it.
I think it's Aaron that set this up. He sets
Aaron's
up our servers.
Some mysterious guy.
I think he
named-
coded all this
Yeah, it's
weird.
Tyler.
Anyway, Johnny, next.
The skate deck comes with
Don't
the
yell at
poster,
Johnny.
right?
Sorry, it was a joke. It was not funny. The official Black Friday shirt. Dude, that design is rip. Meg made this whole design when we were doing the promo graphics, and it was like, I love this design so much. And
It's
so
good.
having
We
it on a
all-
shirt, yeah,
we
we were
all
like,
love it.
dude,
Yeah.
we got to do a shirt. We have to do a shirt. So
Very
there it is.
it's punk rock inspired. This is punk
Exactly.
rock. Wear this.
This is
Wear
punk
this to
rock.
your next punk rock show.
Yes.
A shirt that says Black Friday.
Yeah,
Please.
not flag.
Johnny's
Friday.
really laughing at
The
that.
world, the punk world has gone so far around.
That's actually like that actually is so fucking punk rock.
right.
I'm being discombobulated
Right?
by the thought of it. Next, and by the way, if you want the poster, buy the shirt.
and just cut it out.
Yeah, here's this item.
The online sweatshirt and joggers, you can get then they'll be on there separate. You can get them separate, get them together, whatever you want to do. Ooh. But I love this because it harkens to, it's got these kind of early Dreamcast era kind of vibes.
Yeah.
Very, I don't know. I dig it, and it harkens to a pleasant
Space Channel 64.
Yeah.
Should have called it that.
Harkens to a time when the online world was a pleasant place. Anyway, there's that.
Next.
A 32-bit era.
Oh yeah, 20% off all the physical media, our Blu-rays, our vinyl records,
this
whatever.
One is special to me because this is what I go to on Black Friday. When I go Black Friday shopping, I want movie deals. I want physical video games.
Yep. I'm on the same page.
I like the subscriptions. I like the services at a discounted rate, but the physical stuff, that's what I go for.
I
so
agree.
25% off.
20%.
That's
20%.
Sorry.
Shit.
20.
Uh-oh.
Are we gonna have
Careful.
to observe that now?
Fuck, dude. Fuck. I just fucked our business.
Sean's
It's only
gonna be
20.
So pissed.
20% off. That's our gift to you. Black Friday miracle.
It is.
All
Next.
physical media, great.
Next is Cyber Monday.
Might as well show it. You want to talk about Cyber Monday?
I would love to.
So that's all happening. By the way, real quick, everything that came out is coming out on Black Friday. The reason why we do, it's like kind of two different things. Obviously, they're 2 different days, but the Black Friday stuff is all in stock. That is going to, you buy it, it ships. You have it for the holidays, presumably if you don't live in some overseas territory, whatever. But that's already shipped. Cyber Monday is pre-orders. This is stuff that will ship later on. So there, they're 2 different kind of situations.
2 situations.
All you need to know is if you want to get the Windbreaker,
Yes.
you have to show up on Monday. And I'm sorry to say it. No, it will not be available on Black Friday. It is a Cyber Monday exclusive.
Yes.
Let's show people the Reset Windbreaker. You may remember when Mega64 first started, the motto was the world is about to hit reset.
Oh, yeah.
Well, now it's time to reset the world with the Reset the World Windbreaker. We're tired of the world. The world's been fucked up place.
I think we
past
could all
couple of
use a
years.
reset. Yeah.
I think it's time for a hard reset.
Yeah.
So we're going to start it with a jacket.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite items of the whole weekend. I can't wait to have that.
And
I'm excited
big
for that Windbreaker
news talking about physical media.
Yeah.
This next
we got the
item.
big bopper here.
Show this.
We got the big enchilada. What's next?
The piece de resistance.
Oh, come on.
This is a
not it.
physical t-shirt that you could wear.
This
And this is about the physical game of baseball. This is the Slugger baseball team.
I don't even need
I
to
forgot this was coming out.
Yeah, I don't even need to tell you this is a Sean project for sure. But
Listen.
I mean that in a good way because
Sean
he worked hard on that.
He was so convinced the Padres were going to win the
He
World
knew.
Series. He made this whole celebratory shirt. Then they lose, and he's like, well, I guess we'll make it a Mega64 design. So all you have to know is he put his heart and soul into this thing.
did.
This was
He loves
like
this.
his 5th baby.
He also told me this was legit. This is legitimately. Oh, wow. He legitimately told me he was really concerned about one thing, that the number on the back. He was like, I think people are going to be mad it's not 64. I'm like, well, what is it? It's 03. I was like, that's fine. He's like, they're not going to know. Why 03? That's the year we were started.
I know, right? Yeah, we're
It's
at
not
the
that-
20-year
Yeah,
anniversary.
we're going in our
almost.
20th anniversary. Anyway, he wanted me to pass that along.
That makes
well, actually,
total
I don't know if he
sense.
did, but I don't know if he wanted me to share this conversation at all, actually.
Oh, shit.
But I did.
He was very particular about that being the reason.
So yeah. Anyway, but the big enchilada on Cyber Monday
Let's go to this next one.
Drum roll, please.
Look
is
at that.
the Mega64
Oh.
Time to Take a Long Hard Look Blu-ray.
It's been a long time
Yeah.
since we've put out a Time Blu-ray.
Yeah.
And here it is. We have a long collection of videos.
Yes.
Since
Oh,
we've been waiting on this one for so long. And look at that cover. Isn't that a cool design? Let's put the cover back up.
Please. It's so beautiful.
Ooh, it's like a magical mirror. And you look into it and it shows you what you look like when you're old. Or maybe sometimes you look in the mirror and the person looking back at you looks old. And you're like, who the fuck is that old man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, is
my
that
God.
me? How long have I been alive? That's the thought we all had recently, and that was the inspiration.
My
for this
headcanon,
Blu-ray. Yeah.
it's that the old men are looking into the mirror and seeing the younger selves.
Oh, because they're taking a longer look at their past.
At the past. Yeah.
Maybe we're the fantasy and they're the reality.
Oh.
Son of a bitch, that's deep. Buy this Blu-ray.
Check this out.
Hell yes.
And when you do buy this
Cyber
Blu-ray,
Monday
you're going to get the
pre-order.
card to see which old man you are.
Yes. 1 of 4 at random. But hey, last thing, I think, we have an ultimate bundle for the Blu-ray where you get, not only do you get the Blu-ray, you get an exclusive Cyber Monday poster, an exclusive poster of the cover. You get all 4 cards signed.
Ooh.
They're signed by each individual corpse there. And
Old man.
yeah, well, whatever. Yeah, whatever
Real,
state you may
I'm
be.
looking
Boomer.
real old.
And so you'll be able to
Boomer.
see for yourself. So we got, I don't know if we'll have an unlimited amount of those.
Those are rare.
Because we're actually signing them. But
We should have just called
stay
the
tuned.
Blu-ray Boomer Time.
Yeah.
Boomer Time.
Next time.
Can we do an exclusive sleeve that you slip over this one just as
Boomer time.
Boomer Time?
Okay.
Hey, Meg, are you watching?
Meg, get to work.
Get
Meg,
on
can
that.
you do Boomer? We have enough time to change this to Boomer Time?
That'll sell well in like a Walmart.
Yeah, we'll change it. That's how we'll get it into retail.
Fuck yeah. The Gap.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. I was listening to America. Fuck yeah.
Oh,
On the drive over here. That song's funny.
still good.
Still good.
Still good
Get
and
on Matt and
relevant.
Trey, yeah.
But anyway, there you have it, everybody. Tune in this weekend or Thursday. Thursday night.
Thanksgiving
Sorry,
Eve
yeah.
is the
Right.
beginning of our Streamaganza.
Streamageddon.
Shopageddon.
Streamageddon.
Speaking of the holidays, let's just get into it. Who here's watching the Santa Clauses? You guys start that or
I'm not.
By the way, before we get into Santa Claus talk,
Okay.
I'm not kicking in yet. No.
we did have a video this week that was a debut of our Black Friday stream.
Oh, we did.
It was
Yeah,
a
yeah.
promo video.
Yeah.
But we put a little extra something into the
Yeah.
video this year because you know what, we've been pent up for a long time, and I think we're just ready to film some cool shit. So
Yes.
you know, we've been trying to crank out some videos. We've been working on some behind the scenes projects, but
Yep.
the announcement video was fun to work on.
That was
Very,
fun.
Your family came out and
Yes.
did a cameo, a featured cameo. I think we all brought guests that night, but your family was featured in particular, Rocco.
Yeah.
And they did great.
Yeah,
Your
they were
dad-
excited. Well, I almost wasn't. The night that we filmed it, we were going to have like a family dinner that night.
Sure.
So when we're going to film that night. Ooh, I might have to reorganize something. And then I was just like, yo, let's have the family dinner here while we're filming. I literally got food. We got food, ate it, and they shot the thing. So it was a very nice family
you
dinner.
bought us all
and then they
Mexican
jumped on my
food.
car. Yeah. What?
Yeah.
You bought us all Mexican food, and it was really nice, like just hanging out with your whole family, eating lunch, or
Yeah.
at that point dinner. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you missed that one, it's on YouTube now. Check out our Black Friday announcement video. It's a funny video.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. It was funny. Something that I heard from multiple people were they thought like you announcing the stuff. Well, I guess we all did at one point, but we had the doors behind us as we're yelling into the mic. And I had a lot of people tell me they thought it was green screen. So then it blew their minds when everyone broke through at the end. But I was like, I didn't think it was green screen. That surprised me. I heard that a bunch.
dude.
Yeah. Now you want to know the crazy part? It was green screen.
Oh yeah, there you go.
That's how we did it.
How do we do it? That's the question.
You know what is the video that a lot of people don't know is green screen? Because I was just looking at it because I think it's going to be on this Blu-ray. I think it is. Is the Pokemon? We did a Pokemon Go PSA where I'm the police officer,
Right.
talking in front of you guys, getting into
yeah.
all kinds of entanglements
Yeah.
around a car.
We kind of
Yeah.
worked hard to make that not seem like it was green screen.
Yeah. And there's parts you could tell if you really look, but I am green screen.
What I think is even more impressive that nobody knows is green screen is the God of War 4 leaked footage.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
There's a
Yeah.
scene where Rocco is in the mocap studio, and
Yeah.
that is actually just green screen.
I remember being super when we did this. If you've never seen it, it was a God of War 4 leak. Isn't that what it's called?
We
Something
just
like that?
uploaded it on TikTok and Instagram
Yes.
because God of War came out last week,
Yes.
which we should talk about. We'll get to that in a
Yeah.
minute.
Definitely.
When we did this video originally, I think I've told this story before. Sorry, I'm repeating myself, but we wanted a part in a mocap studio where I'm talking about, I'm with Sony, we're making this game. And we had a friend at Sony at their mocap studio that was like, film whatever you want. If you guys ever have a video idea, come film it here. Thank you so much. Then we told them this concept and they were like, oh no, absolutely not. You could do any other video. But if it's about a God of War leak, not a chance. It was like, well, thank you anyway. So when Derek mentioned, oh, we'll just green screen it, I was like, man, that's such a letdown compared to we were going to be in the room. That's not going to be the same. And then he showed me the footage and I was like, holy shit, I wouldn't have known.
You are in the room.
You're in the room.
Like, sometimes green screen is not the best substitute, but in that I was like, well, I cannot tell that I was not.
It's tricky for those
started to trip me out.
For those that don't know, and I've tried a bunch of different times to get green screen to look right, and it's not easy.
Yeah. What's your problem? I don't think I backlight my shadow. I don't. When you try to green screen, what is the problem you are experiencing?
My body creating shadows on the green screen.
So you see your shadow as this like fuzzy thing that doesn't go away.
Yeah. Or also even some of the fine tuning, like you guys know the editing software suites so well that you can feather down stuff to kind of like even sweeten it. Yeah. But it's complex. It's easy to.
Yeah. What I would say, and this is a tip to people out there, in my experience, you want some lights pointing at your green screen, and then you want separate lights pointing at your subject.
Yes.
And I put lights in front of my subject, and I put lights behind the subject. So I have
the rear of them.
Yeah, from the rear of them, because the lights that hit the green screen bounce off the green screen,
you look green,
and turn into green light and come back and hit you. So I have some extra lights there to kind of wash it out.
So it's almost like lights lighting the green screen and lights lighting the front and back.
Yeah, you want the lights to separate the green screen and your subject. You want to separate them. By separate, meaning that there's no shadow from your subject spilling on your green screen, and there's no green light from your green screen spilling on your subject. You try to get those separated as much as possible, and then it makes it easier in the computer. So
true that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can get depth. It can get in depth.
What's funny is like we've been doing green screen for like a really long time. Yeah. I don't even remember the first time we did it.
Do we have it at the first studio?
Version 1.
Version 1
theme song
had green screen, because I remember going like, dude, let's act like we're running in front of the blue. It was a blue screen at the studio we were at. Let's act like we're running, because we could put the whale from Sonic Adventure behind us where it's chasing us like Sonic. That I remember having that thought.
Didn't you do that at like Sean's dad's college?
Yeah.
Because the first studio didn't have a green screen wall, did it? Oh no, wait, it did. Across from the podcast,
we had like a green sheet nailed to the wall.
Yeah, the first and second studios had the sheet. Yeah.
So yeah, we did that, and then but the first like skit where we used it was, I think, Agent Smith Goes to Washington, which didn't even make it into version 1. It was cut.
Yeah.
But it was like, look, I can green screen myself. Now I'm in this like 10 times. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish we were better at green screen too, because some of the stuff people do nowadays is like next level.
Yeah.
Like, so amazing for like very little money.
App. It's probably their phone.
That and just schooling, just like education, the stuff you can do for like very little money if you have the knowledge.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Oh my God, so good. Anyways, God of War did come out. Have you guys played the new God of War?
No.
Yes.
No.
Oh, a little bit of a mixed reaction.
I finally found it. I bought a copy.
You've been trying to track down a physical copy.
Well, I waited till the week after launch and Target restocked. So I walked into a Target.
Yeah, I was surprised though. Amazon sent me the PS4 version. I'm fairly certain I didn't do. I was very careful to not do that, but that's what they sent me. And then when I was looking up stores online, like I would rather. I know I could just pop that in and then download the PS5 version. I didn't want to do that. I want the PS5 copy. I'm like sorry. I'm like that. I want that copy on my shelf. I want that.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, also I figure it would take a lot less time to download or whatever, what I need. So anyway, but when I looked at stores online, it was like, only like one random Walmart had physical copies of it. I was surprised. It was a little hard to find, but anyway, I streamed some of it this week on my Future Probe stream on Thursday.
What do you think about it? You like it?
Good. I was I think you and I were kind of on the same page on the last one. I didn't think it was a bad game. I don't think you beat it. I did beat it. But
here's my opinion.
Yeah.
It was touted as, wow, this is revolutionary. And I played it and I felt like this is the God of War I've experienced the same God of War. It's the same game, but I felt like the story was better. But at the end of the day, it was kind of like a platformer, hack and slash. You level up your attacks, you level up your spells.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I felt like it was changed up enough where if they, it didn't play exactly like the old ones did. The old ones were a lot more frenetic, and this one was a lot more like third person kind of, almost more. I know this sounds weird, but almost more like Resident Evil, where you're kind of, it's third person, kind of exploring stuff. So I thought they changed it up enough.
The original's third person?
They were kind of like, not like over the shoulder third person. They were kind of like, they were more, action platforming a little bit. So it was changed up enough for me. I just felt like the story never got better than what the marketing said. It was kind of like, oh, he's with his son and he's sad, and it just kind of plateaued there. It never, there's like one cool moment in the middle, but it was fine, but I don't dislike the game. It was fine.
It definitely lost the like like the fantasy wish fulfillment element of God of War.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I played the earlier God of War games when I was younger, it felt like Die Hard. It felt like an action movie set in Greece.
Yeah.
This one felt more like a gritty, violent drama.
Yeah. Which I'm fine with them
like
changing that. I thought that was great. It just didn't, I just felt like story-wise, it just kind of plateaued. It just didn't, it's that until the end. We got to go bury this person up here. Okay. That's how the game ends. All right. We got there. Yeah. Let's bury him. All right. It just didn't really alarm me in any kind of way.
Okay.
This one, I feel like there's been more stakes in the first few hours than like, I'm kind of like, oh shit. Like shit is hitting the fan here. So I'm a little more like into it. I'm kind of feeling like, all right, I'm a little more like, ooh, I got to play more, see what happens. So in that sense, great. I don't know how to word this. We got to stop writing shit like Marvel movies. We've got to stop writing shit like Marvel. I feel like different things should sound different. Oh, Star Wars has corny dialogue. Fine. Let it have corny dialogue. That's fine. That should sound different than a fucking Aaron Sorkin movie. Right? These are different kind of things.
Sure.
I feel like there's this compulsion to keep adding this Marvel kind of jokey dialogue every now and then. And I just feel like it's not like, oh, it's ruining the game. It's not anything like that, but it's just a little too much in this game. It's just every now and then you meet a guy. Oh, if these cobblestones could talk, well, they would probably have filthy, disgusting mouths. You didn't need that. You didn't need that. Cut that joke. Just cut it. You didn't need to do that. One too many times. That's my only complaint so far. Been really enjoying it, but I'm just like, yeah, I got it. One too many jokes. Now and then it's okay, but you got to find that balance.
I've been there where, sometimes the writing pulls you out of it.
Yeah.
So that's the problem with a lot of video games.
Yeah.
Honestly, video games, I feel like they skew kind of towards teenagers.
Sure.
For better and for worse. Like, I'm not even going to say that as a criticism of video games, but it is what it is. I feel like that's a symptom. And even with Marvel movies, that kind of dialogue, it's just like they're aiming for like 17 is like the target, and then a little bit younger and a little bit older. That's cool too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's just the reason why you get, because I feel like there's a lot of games where I feel like that, and it's always like, like the game is like trying to be badass, trying to be actiony, but it has this like kind of humor element too, which I'm like, I don't need this.
Yeah. I just think with God of War, it was like, oh, people were down for it being a little morose. That's kind of what people signed up for. And I don't, but I also think the best stuff knows when to break that up. I mean, again, I always use the example. Sopranos is, would you call that show a comedy? No, but it knew that like there's always great drama juxtaposed against kind of comedic things happening. But you know what I mean? They're not throwing out Tony's not going, well, that just happened. You know what I mean? It's different. It's like the comedy of real shit versus quips. You know what I'm saying.
Story-wise aside, because honestly, this is like God of War 5, and it's the sequel to Kratos as a dad. Like, what fucking story is there left to tell?
Yeah,
I get it. He fucking family died. He's pissed.
To be fair, I think the story is kind of in an interesting direction, at least so far in this one.
Great, that's cool.
Does it go into like more Norse Eddas and sagas, like more mythology?
Oh, it's way deeper down that because it's becoming
only touched on.
It's becoming more and more a problem that they're like, "Yo, what are you? Who are you? Why are you here?
You're not Norse."
Yeah, it's like you were like it's like he's a Greek god, and it's like because he killed someone in the last game, and that's become a problem in this one where it's like, yo, like you disrupted the whole thing we have, and you got to go.
How's the gameplay though? Aside from the story, how's just like the game play? Like, what's it feel like? Is it fun? Is it cool?
Super fun. They've as solid as ever with this game series.
Okay.
But again, I'm not super far into it. I'm encountering a couple puzzles that I'm kind of like, this is kind of a waste of time.
What are the puzzles like?
Like you gotta move this platform. The water's dripping down here. You gotta make it drip down there. And if I freeze that.
Anytime I come to a video game and it's like you got to rotate these discs.
Yeah.
I'm like, really?
Can't he just jump up there?
So
can we do something else?
There's a degree I'm okay with it, and a degree I'm like, skip. I'm good. So I don't know. But it has been very fun to play. I do think overall, aside from some moments like that.
Can I ask you about the map?
Yeah.
The map in the first game is kind of this hub world, and you could go into the center and travel to different realms of that Norse mythology. But there were certain ones you couldn't access. Is it the same kind of hub world, and do you access it the same way in this game?
There is a sort of but I haven't done that much with it. I've been really kind of on a linear thing, so it isn't like go wherever or anything.
Yeah. If I remember, there was like so much to explore, like in like Valhalla or wherever you guys were. But then I rarely went to Jotunheim and this other. But you didn't go to Niflheim, or maybe you did. But there was a couple of them. It was like, I want to access this realm that I know from like reading, or hearing, about that stuff. Honestly, like fucking, the metal band, Man of War? Yeah, they have a whole album about Norse mythology, and that is where like 99% of my like Nordic.
I was gonna say, like, you're well versed on this.
Those songs are like plays too, because they're like Odin did this, and then this happened, and he lost his eye because of this, and it's like, okay, I know the story now.
Yeah.
Which it's cool because those Nordic Eddas and sagas were actually told throughout the ages in song.
Yeah.
So it's like, wow, Man of War is like doing the modern day version of passing that down to another generation. Well, and now this game's kind of probably doing that. But but do you get to go to those other realms? I guess.
I think you will.
They tease stuff in the first game that I'm excited to visit in this one. Though.
You're definitely on a warpath in this one to find like, we need to know about what's going to happen. Like Ragnarok is about to happen, so we need to go here, and talk to. And it's all
these powerful beings.
Like we need to like
realms.
round them up and see what we got to do. Cool. But I was just going to say the last thing about the story is what I appreciate is that they didn't go into this as these new God of Wars. Like the last one and this one, I'm thinking like, they're gonna do a fucking trilogy just like everything else, and they're like, no, this one ends it. This is the end of it. Oh, okay. So not that they're not gonna do more God of War. I can't foresee that, but I do like that for this current story.
Dude, Christian mythology next.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm saying.
Mom of War.
He goes to the
Kratos is a
gates.
dad, but where's Mom? She's back.
Mom of War.
She's pissed. Mama Bear of War.
What?
Breaking
news.
Green Ranger's alive.
The current Disney CEO just stepped down.
Bob Chapek stepped down,
and Bob
from
Iger
Disney?
is now the CEO of Disney.
Bob Iger's back?
Yes.
What the fuck? What?
The chat has been begging me to say something this whole time.
Oh my god!
Okay,
everybody hates the current CEO.
Really?
Yeah, he has been at every opportunity. Clearly, doesn't know what to do with the company other than all he knows is data. He's super data driven guy. So it's like, we should do this and this and this. Well, I've got numbers for this. Oh, okay. And so everyone is super just fucking
He's no
rabid
heart.
about him.
He's all data.
Yeah. Yeah.
He doesn't think like Iger does with his emotion.
You want to talk finances? I invest in Disney stock and it's been like plummeting all year.
Really?
It's
The wokeness didn't
It's like in the fucking toilet. To
Boost
be
the
honest
sales?
with
The
you.
stock went woke. That's it.
It went. It somehow it spiked in the middle of COVID. Like people were excited to go to Disney when you couldn't. But now that it's back open, nobody wants to go. I don't know what's happening, but it's just been like everything in the society, they're just losing a shit ton of money.
I thought maybe you would maybe know more about the stock side than I do, but I thought it spiked because of their like Disney Plus was like popping off at that time.
streaming service, right? Yeah.
You know, and I thought it was because of that because I remember hearing about that.
Who knows? I mean, maybe, but it's not like Disney Plus has lost all those subscriptions. So
No, I do know that a lot of people have felt like, again, if you're talking about parks in the recent months, again, that Bob Chapek guy keeps just doing shit where he's like, yeah, this is good for the guest. This is good for the guest. This is good for the guest. And it's all like, here's a reservation system to get into the, oh, you have to buy a ticket. Oh, you also have a reservation. Oh, you also have to get this so you can put your place in line. Oh, he has all these data-driven things that are just further complicating just going. And I think that was the biggest driver in souring people's opinion on him. It's like, this is like, should really be simpler to just kind of like buy a ticket.
Dude, maybe it'll be easier to get game days going again.
Yeah.
really haven't even considered game days with the current ticketing system because it just seems like a logistical impossibility.
That's what I tell people because I have a lot of people asking. And
Yeah.
it's like, I don't know how it works, like with the reservations and everything else.
Just with the Disneyland element, that has become so out of control. We'll see what happens now that Bob Iger is back in charge.
I think he may be our knight in shining
You
armor.
never know though, because they also want to get as much money for their stockholders. So I also can't see him doing a bunch of moves where they like, I don't know. I wonder if the previous dude opened Pandora's box where now it's like, well, yeah, I mean, we're not going to like, we opened all these other revenue sources. We're not going to close them. But then again, maybe, but Bob Iger's mentality, whether you like them or not, he did definitely, I remember him saying like, don't be driven only by data because that will just, Your
It's
company
heartless.
won't go in a good direction if you got to look at that, but don't only make decisions off that. And I do wonder if he'll swoop in and be like, all right, here's some shit to build goodwill. And maybe that in turn would be better. You know what I mean? As opposed to a quick buck now. I don't know. I'm not a CEO, so I can't tell you.
Kingdom Hearts level Iger swooping in, defeating the Heartless.
They're going to put him in Kingdom Hearts, dude.
He's going to make Disney great again. Oh, that's a different slogan.
No. Ew. No, I don't like that.
That's MD.
Mata.
MA. Make Disney.
MDMA.
Make Disney magical
That's
again.
what's going to make the parks
Make
magical.
Disney magical again. MDMA.
I
I'm
go
getting
on
that hat.
MDMA day.
Kingdom Hearts thoughts. Let's do round table.
None of
Yeah,
them
it sucks.
Oh, all right. I did that.
Epic Mickey's better.
I tried to. I agree. Am I the only one? I guess I'm not the only
Well,
one.
Epic
Thank
Mickey
you.
2, I'm a fan.
Can they remaster Epic Mickey? I know they had plans to make it a little more grand, but it was on the Wii. Can we get a PS5 Epic Mickey? I bet the chat is going. At first you're going, and then you're going, yeah. Make it look like that artwork we saw when that game was first getting announced.
Give me a brush controller.
You know what I mean? Do you guys remember that? Epic Mickey, it felt like the ideas for it were so grand, but the Wii limited the tech.
I did not play that.
I'm getting
I remember a
I never
brush.
actually played it. Yeah, fuck that game.
Some
Bullshit
kind of brush controller. Was there a real controller for the Wii that was like a paintbrush?
I don't know.
Didn't it was no, I'm thinking of PlayStation with the
Oh, they had the
Oh,
rubber
yeah.
balls.
Yeah.
And the Move controller, yeah.
Hey, I want to plug the Mega Strange podcast. Check it out this week. Hollywood conspiracies. We cover them again. Did you know Stevie Wonder can see?
I've heard this before from a few sources.
We went into all of the details and
Oh, really?
who claims that Stevie Wonder is actually not blind, and it's all an act, according to some people. We go into that and a couple other amazing conspiracy theories.
I don't.
Check out Mega Strange.
Interesting.
I don't mean to pick apart. Maybe you don't want me to get into this now, but do you guys talk about Shaquille at all?
Yes.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
Whoa.
Because that's the only time I've heard that theory.
Shaq
Shaq
thinks
had
that
an interview.
Shaq thinks that Stevie Wonder could see because he says that he was on an elevator once.
This is what I was talking about.
And he got on an elevator and Stevie Wonder was on the elevator and Stevie Wonder said, "Sup, Shaq? Good to see you, big man."
Yeah.
How do you know who's there?
Elevator open. But actually, there's even more compelling evidence than that, including stories of Stevie Wonder driving a car.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Cadillac?
And
What was it?
stories of Stevie Wonder beating people in sporting competitions.
Oh my God.
Completely blind, but he beats people.
But he
at
beats
sports,
someone.
at sports. So check out Mega Strange. Also,
I've heard that
Britney
one.
Spears was a CIA agent. We cover this as well, and a couple others. It's out. It's available right now.
Wow.
Jesus, I opened my phone and you're not joking, Johnny. My fucking my phone went off like a bomb.
Dude, the chat was like screaming at me the whole time you're talking about God of War.
I really think sorry, I don't mean to bring it back to this,
ahead.
but I really think he was a source of dread for a lot of people. Like obviously fucking Disney has their hand in so many fucking things now, which is a whole other problem. But that guy just added a sour note to it. Just felt like everything. It felt like the last 100 Disney announcements were bad. Do you know what I mean? It's always like, oh, they're going to do this now. Oh, they're going to do that now. Oh, that guy couldn't perceive PR, couldn't perceive whatever, Hey, if you're going to do something that's ultimately going to cost the consumers more money, you got to make it look good, something where people are excited to give you more money, and I just don't think he could figure that out. Anyway, but it's just funny. I thought someone else had died and then,
But he's gone.
yeah, my phone was popping off. Anyway, I wanted to bring up another video game thing.
Yeah, what's
I
up?
did beat
Yeah.
Bayonetta 3.
Oh, shit.
I paused. I've been trying to beat Xenoblade 3 for about 75 years at this point, and I paused it to beat Bayonetta 3. Did anybody else play it?
I started it. I did start Bayo.
I love all our friends out there, Platinum. They make my favorite action games, still do. So, this game is fun, but it really was like missing the spark.
Really?
It was, and I wonder if there were like other plans for it that changed over the years, because it was missing for like, they announced it in 2017 and then it was like, didn't hear a thing about it for years. And now it's finally out and it just feels like something is not there. There's these kind of these big endless levels when there's kind of nothing to look at. And the action gameplay and all that is still super fun.
Yeah.
But something was just not
Do you think it's
not
limited?
fresh about it. It was just I don't know.
Is it limited by being on Switch?
I didn't feel like that. I mean, the other ones were on, Bayonetta 2 was on Wii U and it was fine.
Yeah. I just feel like maybe what we're used to is, man, we get like Devil May Cry 5.
Sure, yeah,
And
but
it's
I don't
this on PS5 looks amazing.
I don't think so though, because they did Wonderful 101 and on old Nintendo hardware. They've done stuff that is so creative. So I don't think it's that. I think maybe they were trying to do something else with this game and maybe bailed on it. Like maybe they wanted to make it kind of an open world thing and then didn't and then scaled it back maybe or something. I don't know what it is. And again,
You're like red flag is going off.
yeah,
Your spider sense.
Yeah, so it was fun, but I would like to see them move on to other things. I'm glad, we all wanted, new Bayonetta, oh cool.
Yeah.
And they've done it. I just kind of feel like I want to see them do new things, They did that Astral Chain game, that was something different. I'm down to see them do more of that kind of stuff. I think the Bayonetta book is concluded in my eyes. I just feel like they could
Trilogy.
they add such a fresh energy to what they do. I'd rather them apply that to a new
Let me ask
thing.
you guys something. I have PlayStation 5. I'm a baller.
Wow.
Sorry,
How'd
America.
you get one of those?
Yeah, I cheated the system.
Dude, don't say that.
There's perks
say
of being
it on
rich. Sorry, Sean.
Dude, wow.
But what, in your opinion, is the number one game to have? If you could only have one game on PlayStation 5, if somebody just got a PlayStation 5, and there's only one game they could have, what's the game?
I think I purchased it today.
Really?
for the deep discount. I waited for it to go on sale for so long, and the cheap ass gamer led me to $39 at Best Buy. I picked up Elden Ring for PS5 today.
Okay, nice, dude. You got it for half price.
And I am
basically.
looking for. I've been waiting because I knew I didn't have time to ever start that in the last year.
Yeah.
But I knew that hey, sometime that's getting a price drop, and that is going to be like my next Metal Gear 5. That'll be the next game I just sink my life into when I want to play something.
I was actually waiting for if you were going to say just Phantom Pain.
No, I did restart when I got my PS5. I did start playing that again.
I know.
See how it
Elden
looks?
Ring,
I know.
I think I played like 50% of it before I moved on.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't realize
just got-
you went far with that though.
Right? What do you say,
I think that's a
Johnny?
lot.
Yeah, you got pretty far. You got to.
I beat the witch at the school.
Yeah, you beat Raya Lucaria. Wherever
Oh,
the
you
fuck
went to
that
which
is
school,
called.
dude?
I beat that witch school's ass.
Get her ass. Do you think you'll jump back in though? Like that game looks.
I don't know if I will because from what I understand, it only gets harder.
The way it consumed, the way Bloodborne consumed me, I feel like I have to wait for the right time to let this take over.
Maybe for like winter
Honestly,
break or something.
I think for me mentally, the game kind of lost its allure. It seemed like mentally I saw everything I needed to do. And this happens to me a lot in games where a game seems so big, I'm interested like, how big is this? What's there to explore? What could be hidden in this game? And then I'll hit a point where it's like, okay, I see everything this game has to offer. Now it's just a matter of completing all this shit. And that's when I kind of lose interest because it's like, it turns into almost like a to-do list of things.
Yeah.
So that's how I felt with Elden Ring. Once I hit that halfway point, I was like, yeah, I kind of see where this map is going. I don't know if I want to really explore it, which I understand. I'm sabotaging myself because I don't know what I'm missing out on. If I don't explore the second half of the game, I don't know what surprises could be waiting. But
yeah, because I've heard of like caves that will take you to new maps that you don't even know exist.
Oh yeah.
I heard that it was kind of spoiled for me. And then I found one of those caves and it was very disappointing. And then that almost made me feel like, oh, this is what's waiting for me out here.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, go ahead.
Johnny.
I think that game has one of the best open worlds I played recently. But to beat it, it was like hell. Like the last half of that game is fucking not done. But
Wow.
I still loved it.
Huh? Yeah.
Is it getting a patch soon? When are they going to finish it?
Oh, they patched it like 3 times. They nerfed everything.
They nerfed everything.
They made it easier.
in a good way or a bad
No,
way?
in a bad way.
Yeah, they made it like 10 times harder. The game was so hard, people had to cheese it, and they nerfed all the cheese.
Let
so-
me cheese it.
I need to
Why don't
cheese
they
it.
want me to cheese
So
it?
to answer your question, I'll never go back to this.
Yeah,
game.
I'm not. No. Hell
But here's
no.
the thing. There was always such a delayed entry for me in the Soulsborne franchise because I had heard all of this shit about, oh, they're so hard. Oh, it's so hard, whatever.
Yeah.
And then like I actually got my hands on Bloodborne, and once I went through it and the old Hunts DLC or whatever,
Yeah.
it was like, yo, I like whooped that game's ass just by becoming overpowered and grinding and leveling up.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
that
yeah.
hard. It requires like a intelligent way of playing.
Yes. And what I find another element to why I fall off with games is you kind of develop a fighting system to defeat the game, which is like, I'm going to spam these 3 moves
Yep.
and I'm going to use this health recover. And this will pretty much defeat
Kill anything.
90% of anything I encounter. But then it's just a matter of like, okay, I'm exploring a map, spamming the same 3 moves day and night. Like literally I'm spending hours in this game doing the same attack. I would prefer a game that kind of evolves like with,
Scales with you.
scales with me where I have to change dude, this is why Phantom Pain is one of the greatest games of all time.
Yeah.
Because it adapts to the way you play. Oh, you're headshotting everybody? Well, now they have helmets.
Yeah, that fucked with me when I first noticed that.
You're using stealth. Okay, well, we're gonna have anti-stealth mechanics. It was constantly, evolving to keep you on your toes.
Legitimately, when I was a kid, you're going to be like, why am I bringing this up? But when I was a kid, I went on the Haunted Mansion for the first time. And the guy says, there are no windows and no doors. You know, that part of the narration.
Yeah.
And I went, what is he talking? There's no fucking doors in here. There's no windows in here. As a kid, that trick worked on me and I panicked. It freaked me out.
Really?
I feel like I had the same moment playing Phantom Pain because I was like, headshotting dudes, and it's like
They
they're
wouldn't
fucking
die.
coming after me, and they're not done. What? This game is fucking broken. What is happening? This worked. Maybe I need to reset. Maybe, and then I use the binoculars. These fuckers all have helmets. Like I didn't know the game would do that, and so for me, that was like, oh, I can't do that anymore. Like that, that was.
Got to give 3 to the crotch.
I didn't know anything going into it, so when that was happening, I
That's
was
the
like, you
most
gotta be
genius
kidding
game
me.
mechanic of the past
Yeah.
decade. The game changes its, forces you to change your tactics.
All right, I changed my answer. Phantom Pain Definitive Edition.
Best PS5
Best
game.
PS5 game
They
from
need a
2015.
PS5 version of that.
What do you think is the best PS5 game, Rocco?
I don't know, because the truth about like Sony still has the best first party stuff. Well, I mean, Nintendo, I would say, has the best first party stuff because they got the iconic Nintendo
Yeah.
stuff. But of the like two major consoles like Xbox and Sony, whatever, Sony always has the big the single player games. That's what I love.
Yeah.
God of War and things like that. But truthfully, the last kind of generation's worth of those have kind of bored me a little bit. I mean, not that they're not bad, not that they're not great games.
Yeah.
But they don't excite me. It's a last gen title technically, but the most fun I played on PS5 was they released a PS5 version of Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Oh yeah.
And I played a fucking 100 hours of that. And it was,
What is so
Awesome.
special about that Yakuza?
this one is it's the beginning of a new story. So Yakuza 6 ended the story with Kiryu, who was always kind of the main, it always typically went back to that guy.
Yeah.
7 is a new break for the story. And it's about
Wait, 6 or 7?
7. The Like a Dragon was actually Yakuza 7.
And that's the
technically.
PS5 game
Yes.
for you.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's about a new guy. He did something for the Yakuza, a favor for them, that got him arrested. He's been arrested since he was kind of a young kid, kind of. And so he gets out. He's 41 now. And his only context for shit is he used to play RPGs when he wasn't doing Yakuza shit as a young guy. So he applies everything like that. So the gameplay is more turn-based. Because typically those games are beat 'em up. This one is it's like shitty neighborhood RPG where he's like, yeah, I'm gonna go fight this guy. What's my sword? Oh, here's the fucking dildo I found. I was gonna hit him with that. All right, and then this, whatever.
My friend's
and then-
a bum. He's
and-
got an umbrella. to
Yeah,
hit
this
people
guy's
with.
homeless, but he's got like a bunch of umbrellas. Well, he can beat the shit out of this guy with that. And he kind of like crafts an RPG in his mind. And so it's the badass Yakuza story mixed with this guy kind of being just odd.
Okay.
And it's a really endearing story.
It is,
Not
yeah.
only is the gameplay fun, this is just me. I like turn-based stuff. I love that. But it was an endearing story where you like this character. He's kind of stunted, but he's mixed in with the Yakuza and having to come to terms with what he missed when he was in prison. And I don't know. It was so good. I was like, I could play this game forever. Like I really loved it. So it's not really technically a next gen console pick or a game, but they did release it as a PS5 game, all done up. So it counts. I'm counting it. That's my favorite.
Okay, nice. I don't know if I have an answer, honestly. I feel like I've played a lot of PS5 games and none of them have really been the definitive PS5 game in my opinion.
Sure. Yeah.
At various times, I was playing Deathloop and
it was fun.
Was it Revengerection? No, that's all. Returnal.
Returnal. Yeah.
Eternal, right.
Returnal. Assassin's Creed Valhalla might be my favorite PS5 title currently. Hitman is up there. But yeah, I feel like there isn't one game that has kind of seized the mantle of like, this is the PS5 game that you have to play.
Yeah, I think we're also in an awkward phase too, where
Forbidden West,
they became unexpectedly difficult to find. They still are. You still have to like, yo, Target. They just got PS5s. Oh, I gotta get on there. That's still happening. We're 2 years in, and that's still happening. So a lot of stuff is still getting developed for PS4. We're in a, you know what I mean? We haven't had a clean break. We're like, that's a.
There's
It's just
almost,
a weird. Phase.
I was in Best Buy today getting that copy of Elden Ring. There's more PS4 games on the shelves than there are PS5 games.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Because they sold 8 billion PS4s, so it's like, hey, we got to deliver on what people actually have.
I don't
so
think
I get it.
The era of the PS4 is not over.
No.
Yeah.
And the era of the PS5, it almost feels like it hasn't truly started.
No, I would agree with that.
you're right.
What I like about PS5, it's not like the most exciting system to me for that reason. But it's awesome because just shit runs so good on it. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, this game was made for this, but it's going to run incredible on that. Okay, so it's like having a beefy PC, kind of thing. So, it's a great device in that sense, but it's not like an exciting platform quite yet. It's not there. Yeah. Maybe this VR thing will be cool. I wish I could pre-order one, but they don't send me shit for... Sony's doing invites so you could pre-order the new VR. And
it's invite only?
It's currently, yes.
What the fuck?
And I don't know what it is. When it comes to Sony stuff, they never send me anything. People are always like, oh, Sony just sent me $10 gift card for the store as a valued customer. Yeah, I didn't get that. Oh, they just sent an invite to pre-order PS5. I don't get any of those things.
No way.
Yeah. I don't get jack shit. I've been paying these motherfuckers for 20 fucking years.
Yeah, how long we had our gamer tag?
I've been busting my ass as a PlayStation fan for 20 fucking years.
Ever. For real, dude.
Switch Xbox.
Yo,
So
I should be a top tier priority
Yeah.
VIP fucking gold.
That's right.
Should be sending me a
Member.
PS6 right now.
Exactly.
I know you got them.
But I want that VR. I legit want PSVR 2.
Yeah.
Because not only do I think the hardware looks good, some people are going, oh, what's going to be at launch? What are they going to have? They just announced at launch, Tales from the fucking Galaxy's Edge. We're going to Batu. I mean, I could go there.
Go to Batu. Yeah.
I have a
well, no, you couldn't actually go to Batu.
Well, it's at Disneyland.
Yeah, you can go to Disneyland.
But it is technically
Technically not. It's technically Anaheim.
Is Batu also in
California.
Florida?
But yeah.
It's also Batu.
Yeah, because it's actually just Disney.
So is there like
not
a
the real
lore
Batu.
between like Batu Prime and Batu
No,
Sigma?
they're just both Batu.
They're
And
both-
that
yeah,
and let me tell you, that was a missed opportunity. It should have been one was Batu and one was like Skritu or
yeah,
something.
it kind of
like,
breaks the illusion.
Yeah.
One's deserty and one's like
Yeah.
snowy or something.
You're killing my boner, Disney.
Yeah, that's
What the fuck is happening? No, but that's why I'm glad they got the other guy back. Because one Bob fucked up, the other Bob's going to pick up the
Bob's
slack.
gonna sort this shit out. He's gonna get the
Bob's dead.
the rocket fired up once again.
We're going to get all bobbed up and ready to go.
Hail Bob.
Well, I think that's as good a note as any to wrap this episode up.
I didn't
on.
get to talk about the Santa Clauses.
Oh well, we better end this episode. Then.
Fine. All right. I do want to say, I don't know if anyone out there, we have not announced this yet. If anyone out there is going to LA Comic-Con, we have been invited to attend LA Comic-Con. We're going to be doing a panel on Saturday. I think it's December 3rd at around 2:00 on I think it's their, I've been told, I don't know the name of the stage if it has a better name than this, but the main gaming stage. So if you
Yeah.
thought we were on one of these side gaming stages, nah, fuck that.
Okay.
Main gaming.
You know, when you first say main gaming stage,
Yeah.
my immediate thought is sounds fucking cringy, it's fucking lame. But then when you
gaming
frame it
stage.
as like, well, this is better than the side gaming stage.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
We
then
ain't
I'm
doing
like,
that.
all right, positive outlook is we're
Exactly.
top of the heap. So
You thought
Main
we're
stage.
main gamers is what
yeah,
we're
I'm
being portrayed
kinda
as
like
here.
the main gamer. So
So
yeah,
we're going to
okay.
do that. We're going to do a panel there. I think we're doing a live podcast later that night too, but I don't have the info on that right now. But anyway, if you're going to LA Comic-Con, come see us
Yeah.
on Saturday.
We'll be
We're
there.
definitely going to cause a ruckus on that
Yeah.
podcast. They will not have us back. I'm telling you that right now. So
It's going to make Joe Rogan look like
Judd Apatow.
Joey's World Tour.
yeah.
What a sight.
Gotta make
Chickatroopa.
Mark Maron look like fucking Mark Summers.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's going to make
It's a fucked up podcast.
it's going to make Gavin McInnes look like the Gavin from the Slow-Mo Guys.
Ooh.
Good night.
Oh, I had like 3 more. No, you faded.